first payment when I attended a friend's ordination. It's rainbow because he was participating in an act of faithful disobedience, being the first openly gay man married to be ordained in the Lutheran Church. This was in 2008. I'll say a few words about where the church is at in a moment. But that was in Toronto and a fairly big thing. I'm pastor at All Saints Lutheran, as Marissa said. I'm also part of the Peace Seekers Campus Club and the Volunteer Pride Centre. And All Saints Lutheran and Peace Seekers are the first Christian community in Kelowna to be open in its welcome of all people, including those of various sexual orientations and gender identities. What is real for you? What is your reality? Is your reality about pride or is it about prejudice? Pride or prejudice? It's an odd question, but in light of this day and this week, I think it's a reality that many face. Either they feel a sense of dignity and worth based on how they are received and treated by others, or they feel a sense of hopelessness and isolation because of discriminatory things said and done either out loud or in underhanded ways. So, is your reality about pride or prejudice? I was watching the movie Beginners this weekend, and they referred to the story of Velveteen Rabbit, where a conversation happens between some children's toys. What is real? Asked the rabbit one day when they were lying side by side near the nursery fender before Nana came to tidy the room. Does it mean having things that buzz inside you and a stick-out handle? Real isn't how you are made, said the skin horse. It's a thing that happens to you. When a child loves you for a long, long time, not just to play with, but really loves you, then you become real. Does it hurt? Asked the rabbit. Sometimes, said the skin horse, for he was always truthful. When you are real, you don't mind being hurt. Does it happen all at once, like being wound up, he asked, or bit by bit? It doesn't happen all at once, said the skin horse. You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't happen often to people who break easily, or have sharp edges, or who have to be carefully kept. Generally, by the time you are real, most of your hair has been bloused off, and your eyes drop out, and you get loose in the joints and very shabby. But these things don't matter at all, because once you are real, you can't be ugly, except to people who don't understand. We need to be real. We need to be free or loved into being. In order to feel a sense of pride, not in the sense of being better than, but in a sense of respect for self. In order to feel a sense of pride, one has to feel whole and free to become who they are meant to be. The Evangelical Lutheran Church in Canada, the church into which I am ordained, passed a social statement on human sexuality in the past year, which now allows for the ordination and marriage of people in same-sex relationships. Even as our recently elected municipal and federal governments seem to want to turn the clock backwards, I'm delighted to be part of a group that is making strides forward. And we must speak up. We must, from whatever power we hold in our educated places of privilege, we must be willing to take a stand for others elsewhere. It is a matter of life and death. We work against our cause when we don't dare speak. We bolster the wrong stereotypes when we don't say the truth out loud. We need to let people know who we are, and we need to let those who are inclined to limit us to one or two traits know that we are rounded individuals who have a part to play in the unfolding of history. It's pride, not prejudice, because we're not going to allow our voices to be slow. It's pride, not prejudice, because we are creating a reality where we want to make it better for all. For all people to feel whole, to feel acknowledged, respected, and loved for who they are. It's pride, not prejudice, because we step out boldly and put ourselves on the line for each other and for others. The reality is, we're all in need of love, respect, acceptance, and compassion. And the reality is is that it is up to us to show those so that all people may not feel the sting of prejudice, but rather a sense of pride in who they are. Thank you.
In 1978, San Francisco artist Gilbert Baker designed the first rainbow flag in 8 colors: pink, red, orange, yellow, green, turquoise, and violet. Green, turquoise, indigo, and violet. According to Baker, the colors represent respectively sexuality, life, healing, the sun, nature, harmony, art, and spirit. Over time, the flag has evolved to become a symbol of solidarity and strength for the LGBTQ community. The current flag consists of 6 colors and is recognized by the International Congress of Flag Makers. UBC is the only university in Western Canada that flies the rainbow flag, and only one of 2 in the entire nation. UBC does so in support of our LGBTQ students, faculty, and staff. Please join us in celebrating the diversity on our campus. Woo!